Hi, this is Rancid Candy. The truth is not the truth. Now we have episode 2, Why Hispanics Should Dump the Democrat Party. Let's clarify two things at the outset. One, there are no such people as Hispanics. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Millions have referred to Hispanics for decades. And for the sake of this article, I too will do likewise. Two, Hispanics should assess the impact of being referred to and treated as being Hispanic. I'll explain both of these as we proceed. Let's look at Hispanics in more detail. In the 2010 census, over 51 million residents in the U.S. checked the box Hispanic or Latino. These two groups are about 16% of the U.S. population, making our country the largest Hispanic country outside of Mexico. During the 2012 presidential election, Hispanics voted overwhelmingly for Obama, 71% to 29%. This started some discussion among conservatives as they asked themselves if this meant that Hispanics had taken a stance firmly in the liberal camp. This liberal dominance was the result of several events, such as the war on poverty, the civil rights movement, the sexual revolution, and for sure the Republican Party's failure to effectively engage with the ever-increasing Hispanic population. Interestingly, the increase in the Hispanic people was due more to government fiat rather than natural increases in the birth rates. For the 1970 census, federal regulators created a category of Hispanics. The label Hispanic was contrived to co-opt growing numbers of Mexicans, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, Central Americans, and others into the Great Society Affirmative Action programs created by Democrats, as told by Mike Gonzalez in his book, A Race for the Future. This legislation led to Hispanics becoming a bona fide ethnic entity overnight. Yet their overall writing commonality was their Spanish language. Many would agree Mexicans are not Salvadorans and Puerto Ricans are not Guatemalans. The troubling result of throwing diverse ethnic groups into one big bucket ignores the reality of each group's identities and their respective variations. But this was one way to give Hispanics political and economic clout by liberal activists, savvy marketers, moderate Republicans, and untutored conservatives. As Hispanics and political activists continue to promote Hispanic identity as a casualty of bigots, doors may close rather than open. This is to say that when victims focus predominantly on what is different rather than what is common, unintended consequences may prove to be counterproductive, including the inability to seek solutions to school dropout rates, gang violence, teenage pregnancy, government dependency, etc. The victim card may end up with yet more democratic failures, and the chain of government dependence will continue. As a nation, Americans should live their lives in ways where diverse cultures flourish while adhering to America's core values: individualism, self-improvement, thrift, strong families, religious observance, a deep down fire in the belly determination to succeed, etc. These are what make America great. America is a fabric of social diversity that is interwoven into a larger parcel of cohesiveness. And this cohesiveness breaks down when diversity becomes disruptive to the common values we possess. Only in America, despite its flaws, do we see the greatness of individual development through education, volunteer groups, job training, churches, money donations, civic organizations, and so on. Certainly, the government should not be a major player here. $22 trillion have already been spent on poverty and programs for low-income individuals. This equates to 3 times the cost of all military wars since the American Revolution, according to the Heritage Foundation. The result? Continuing poverty and lack of opportunity. Voters are quickly realizing that good job opportunities may be the only essential ingredients for progress. We are currently experiencing a revved up economy that is creating a surge in jobs and greater personal disposable income. The economic outlook presents a clear choice during the upcoming elections. It's jobs or government dependency. As the Progressive Democrat Party continues to abandon ordinary working individuals to focus on social issues and differences, they will increasingly alienate Hispanics and others. The liberal Democrat agenda provides no lasting haven for Mexican Americans, Puerto Rican Americans, Cuban Americans, African Americans, and those who identify with Hondurans, Asians, etc., and indeed for the general populace as well. This has been episode 2, Why Hispanics Should Dump the Democrat Party. This is Rancid Candy. The truth is not the truth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please refer a friend here.